I watch football here. Whenever I go, I watch football. Have you heard about Cleveland? I love Cleveland.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of an industry discussion. Sometimes back here with the boys, we got Tarun, Haran, and Christian, and today we got a special guest, one of my closest friends from Chicago, Renee. I'm just gonna let you introduce yourself. I'm not gonna give any background. You got it. Tell the podcast about yourself.
That's like the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
Really?
Yeah, the closest.
Oh,
That's the nicest thing I've ever heard you say. But yeah, my name is Renee. I am a friend of Harsha's. I would say I'm so lucky to know Harsha. I think he's one of the funniest people I've ever met. So, and the smartest, even though, he bullies me a lot, but I think he's such a bully, and it's so embarrassing.
It's good to know some things don't change.
Yeah. Even though he can be lame sometimes, but he's pretty fun. Yeah, but he's pretty fun. I do remember like when the first episode of the podcast that I heard was about the Chicago story, and I was there that night, so I got vivid flashbacks. So that was one of my favorite nights of Harsha. But yeah, that's me, I think, right?
I thought that was me.
Yeah. So I'm Renee, and I was born in Mississippi, raised in Wisconsin, and now I'm in Chicago, and I'm classmates with Harsha, the bully.
Awesome.
The class bully.
The class bully. So, Renee, why are you in New York right now?
Oh my God. Yeah, this past August, I started my own fashion brand. Yeah, I started my own fashion brand.
Are you trying to convince us, or like?
Was that a question?
What's it called? What kind of fashion is it?
It's called RKJ. So it's called RKJ Designs. It's an Indo-Western clothing brand that kind of fuses Western clothes or Western style clothing with like an Indo-Western print. I think growing up, I feel like I always loved fashion, but I felt like I kind of had to adapt to what my peers were wearing, because I felt like I didn't want to stand out. In Wisconsin, I felt like I always was so scared about being who I was, because, I was kind of mostly the only Indian, and was wearing whatever, everyone was wearing. So Aeropostale, Abercrombie. So I told my parents, like, I want that. And it was like not even until college that I was like, okay, maybe like I'll be more expressive with what I wear. And it was like when I went to New York or DC or like California for internships, like I was wearing more like bold outfits. And and then I interned at like this fashion company, and like during my full-time role actually. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm taking time out of my full-time career to kind of do this. So I must really like this and want to pursue this as like a part-time role. So I worked with a couple of manufacturers last summer while I was in New York, and applied to do the first ever South Asian New York Fashion Week last September, and kind of got my brand rolling off that. And it's been so exciting, and was able to kind of quit my full-time corporate job 2 weeks ago and be able to do it full-time. Doing a bunch of shoots and stuff in New York this week. So it's super exciting, and I'm so happy to take that risk for a little bit, even though maybe not the smartest, but I think it's kind of cool to look back and think of the Renee in maybe high school and college that maybe wouldn't have even worn like a vibrant color because she wanted to stand out, but kind of taking pictures of other beautiful South Asian women in different kind of clothing around the city that don't feel hidden anymore.
Wow, that was a great description.
Yeah. So comprehensive.
You started with, it's a fashion brand.
Yeah, but Thurn, I would be so honored if you would ever be so kind to take pictures of RKJ, because you are such a talented photographer.
He's in New York right now.
I
am in New York. Yeah.
You're in New York?
Look out your window. He's right there. You guys are right next to each other.
That's crazy.
Harsha, why would you not... you know, I'm literally the biggest fan of this guy, and you didn't even freaking tell me that he's in New York.
Yeah, he just moved like 3 weeks ago now.
3 weeks ago, yeah.
Oh my god! Wow. Well, I'm gonna have to message you if you're free this weekend.
This week, yeah, dude, I'm down. Down always.
Okay. Wow, RKJ would be honored if you want to take some clicks around the city.
No, I'd be down.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in New York.
So what is one thing that you've learned about yourself since you started the brand back in August?
I think growing up, I feel like I always felt like I did a lot of things to kind of, I feel like I was a people pleaser a little bit. Like whatever I did, I kind of maybe agreed a lot with people, or I cared a lot about what people thought. And now, especially with the brand, like I realized, like, you know, you can't really cater to everybody, especially when it comes to Indo-Western clothing. Like, I know, like, there's so many outfits that I make that even my friends don't like, and they've told me. And, like, and I'm, like, okay with that. And I think it's okay. Like, I'm happy they're honest with me, but I think it's at the end of the day, it's as long as I like those clothing, you know? And I feel like whenever I design those outfits, I do it for, like, the high school Renee that would wear those clothes and be like, I feel like Renee would want to wear that down the hallway, you know, and in high school. But yeah, I think it's like learning more about not caring what people think and building that confidence. And I think before too, like social media, like caring a lot about posting before and like being like, oh, should I post this? Should I not? Like blah, blah, blah. But now I feel like I don't care. Like I'll just post it because at the end of the day, like who really cares? Like, who cares? Like the only person that if people really do care, like they probably shouldn't even be in your life / their opinion doesn't matter. So like learning about validating people's opinions that actually matter / invalidating people's opinions that don't matter in your life. So, and I also think that like everything in your life happens for a reason, and everything that does happen is like a blessing or a lesson. So kind of utilizing that kind of mantra like throughout the business. So, like doing that as I go on. I've never talked about this with Harsha, so it's so weird because we talk about the most ratchet things. So I'm like, what are we talking about right now?
Yeah, Renee's always like deflecting attention. She's like, well, I remember one time we were talking to somebody that we both didn't know, and she was, not to out this person, but she was just talking about like performing at some play like in high school, and Renee's like, oh my god, that's so awesome. Which it is awesome. Yeah. And then later I was like, Renee, you should tell her about like RKJ, and then she did. And then the other girl was like, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck are you just gassing up my play from like when I was 14 when I had this whole ass brand?
I see.
Wow. No. But no, I know. I feel like Harsh and I, we talk about so many other fun, awesome things too. But
yeah.
But I'm just like, this is like, I'm just like looking at Harsh. I'm like, bro, we never like talk about serious stuff. So it's cool, but it's funny. It's kind of funny.
But don't worry, we'll get into the ratchet shit later. Don't worry.
Good. I was gonna say it's good to have balance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you make women's and men's clothing?
I do. Yeah. I make both.
Is it harder to make men's clothing?
Yeah, I think so, because I feel like I never know. Like, I think I like assume how expressive women want to be when it comes to clothing, like bright patterns and like low cut, high cut. But like some of the outfits like that I make for men, I'm like I don't think any of my guy friends would wear that, you know, because most of my guy friends like shop at like Uniqlo or like Zara, you know, and like the you know, like the I think the boldest thing there is like, I don't know, you know, so I don't even think they have a bolt. So yeah. And mine's like just like stripes and like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think, it's really hard, but I think that's the part of growing. And I think that's the cool thing about fashion is like, it's so adaptive and trendy, which is like, I think as a designer, you have to like learn how to kind of set trends even. So like, I think, setting like, I think it'd be cool to kind of take men kind of mentality into like being more expressive. So no, you don't have to like be
Hairstyles.
expressive every day. Yeah, like Harry
Yeah.
Styles. Yeah. So maybe even like getting my brand to have like something like Harry Styles spectrum to like more everyday clothing. So kind of reaching like more of that demographic. So like, for example, like the reason why I'm doing a photo shoot is like RKJ is launching an exclusive line where we want to be more adaptable in the way where, for example, we had like a consultant come and talk to our brand and say like, we're not ready yet to have a full line of RKJ being a company like Zara, because unfortunately our demographic is not going to wear Indo-Western clothes every day as much as I want to think so. I'm not going to be wearing Indo-Western clothes every day. And there's a competitor we have called Holy Chic that has been around since like 2009, and they're like the biggest right now, but they're not going to be a Zara anytime soon. So the best thing for us to do is like sell unique clothes that are going to be like $400, $500, right? So we're launching a new line that's more exclusive for like celebrities or like for entertainment purposes. That will be like in that higher range. So figuring out like my demographic like that, and like that will also be for men. So maybe that bold, maybe that more like not so everyday will be better for them. So I think it is really hard, but I think because my brand is more scream kind of vibrant, it'll be okay for that more exclusive line. If that answers a question. Okay.
No, it does. Yeah. One of my friends barely a friend, I just met him like a couple weeks ago through a friend of a friend. He's also trying to start like his own like fashion brand that's kind of similar to like your concept, which is like Indo-Western.
That's
I don't know a
awesome.
ton about it, but I was talking to somebody else who basically is one of our close friends, like a kind of like a friend of the podcast, and he works in fashion, and he was telling me that, to start a brand is like extremely expensive upfront for like sourcing materials and all that stuff, right? And so you said you interned with like manufacturers and stuff like that. So did you ever like go to the factories and like how does that whole process work? Like where do you even find like stuff?
Yeah. Oh my God. No, great question. So, in 2021, I actually interned with this designer company called Ria Collective, and they're basically like a rent the runway for Indian clothes. So you can rent outfits for like events and stuff. So basically I did their social media and marketing. I kind of did that for free, but it was because I knew I wanted to go into the retail space, but because I kind of had more of that finance PM background, I didn't know how to kind of enter it. So I thought maybe it'd be a good experience for me. So I did that after work, and because they worked with so many different manufacturers in India, I told them that I kind of wanted to like, if they had any opportunities for like me to kind of connect with the manufacturers there and get to work with them and, sample size their quality when it came to, sample of clothes. So I got to work with 5 or 6 of them, and throughout the summer got to see their quality, their price, their communication, which I think are like 3 to me of the most important things. Like I want to make sure first their communication is really good. Like I want to make sure my manufacturer and I have good communication skills. Like I want to make sure like, her and I, or them and I are like communicating really well.
Right,
and then second, like price wise, like where it's pretty fair. And third, like quality is really good. I don't want to be getting like Shein material, and pricing at like $80. So, I narrowed it down to like 2, and then I picked one, and since it's in India, I didn't get 2, but one of the Ria Collective founders actually lives in India and is family friends with one of my manufacturers. So she goes and checks up on them actually. So it works out really, really well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And the girl I work with, she lets me pay in installments. So it's really, really good. So it's a nice setup. But if your friend ever needs any connections, I'm happy to always pair it with any manufacturers I have in my connection network.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I was going to interject. I was going to say something along the same lines, but I did want to mention that this friend that Tarun's talking about that is a designer, just designed the coat that Bad Bunny wore on the cover of Time magazine. So he's been grinding away.
Oh, That's insane. What the heck? That's insane.
Yeah.
He does not need my connections for manufacturing.
This is like the girl that was in the play. Now hearing Renee's.
I'm so embarrassed. I said, yeah, let me know if you need manufactured. What the heck? Embarrassing.
Probably the other friend.
The other friend. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let him know.
Yeah. Please let that friend know, not the bad friend. Yeah, that's amazing. What the heck?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. I love that. Like, good for them. That's amazing. So, I wonder how they freaking feel. Just seeing their their jacket on Time magazine. It's amazing.
It's a foreign concept to me, bro.
Yeah.
It feels kind of unreal.
Yeah. It's like you guys wearing RKJ. That would be phenomenal.
Send it over. PR package.
Yeah.
PR package. Yeah.
How big is your RKJ team? Like, I was just wondering, like, how many people do you work with on a day-to-day basis?
So, my team has 8 girls or 8 women, and I don't have. It's not child service.
You're going back to Shein, I guess.
It's 8 women. 8 women over the age of 18, and they do all work full time, but they do it kind of out of their love and support because I don't get paid. I don't pay them. But we have team meetings like every week, and then I kind of have like one-on-ones with them throughout the week. And so it's like I have like dedicated like marketing team that has like it's like 4 people, and they handle like different communication channels like social media, but then they also have like entertainment space. Like we're trying to get into like Netflix, and for example, some people reach out to us to style them for shows and stuff. So working with them to style for upcoming Netflix shows, red carpet events. And then we have a team for the finance, making sure we're not going broke, helping us apply for grants. We have like an event project manager for like the photo shoot this weekend. She's like making sure like here's a to-do list. Like we're working with like some influencers here. So getting their contracts written up. And then we have like our HR manager. So when we're hiring for different positions, she's handling all the interview process. And then we also have like, I think it's HR, finance team, marketing team, project manager, and that's it. So it's like 8 wonderful like women who I'm so lucky to have, and our dynamic is so awesome. We like text all the time, and like they're super fun, and like they're all over the coast, and it's super cool. We also like our HR manager. What's cool we do also is we just hired our RKJ editor-in-chief. We're starting our own magazine actually. So it's called RKJ Magazine. It's going to be the first South Asian fashion and lifestyle magazine. So she's kind of handling that, and going to do some modeling agency stuff because we felt like there's not enough representation when it comes to modeling in South Asian diaspora. So making an agency for South Asian women and men specifically. So creating more opportunities for that, as well as hosting more town hall conversations. So actually every 2 or 3 months, RKJ hosts town halls for the public, and we talk about stigmatized topics in fashion when it comes to South Asian. So for example, we talked about body dysmorphia on our last topic, our last town hall, and we talked about what RKJ can do regarding that topic. So, for example, in our modeling form on our bio, we actually don't we don't ask for images or height or weight when it comes to people applying for being a model, because I personally don't believe that, beauty is being defined by an image or height or weight requirements. I think instead of that, we ask kind of like why they want to be a model, their availability, stuff like that. So we ask the public, what we can do better as a brand, what we think the industry can do better as a brand when it comes to these stigmatized topics, and kind of move forward to that. So every 2 or 3 months, we we ask the community, like, okay, what are some stigmatized topics we can do? We'd have like a forum that like, I think 15 to 20 people kind of join. And then we bring up these topics, we ask for feedback, and then we actually have a Slack channel where we like are like, here are the topics we talked about. Here are the steps that we're going to do to improve as a brand. And then every 2 weeks we talk about the progress we're doing to kind of like make that changes as like a team.
Damn, Renee's right. Like, we don't talk about this at all. Like, I didn't know any of that.
Oh my God.
Most of that.
Did you ever think to ask these questions, or you just like, just couldn't be bothered?
No.
I mean, it's going well.
No, we talk about other fun stuff.
Yeah, but like, how the fuck did you do this and job and school at the
I was
same
about to
time?
ask. That was my next question. I was like, what was your work-life
God.
balance while before, and then now, I guess 2 weeks after you've quit your corporate job?
Oh my God. Yeah. I think, well, Harsha knows, like, I think when I worked at like full time, it wasn't as stressful, but, yeah, I think that's like a big part why I quit, because I felt like I physically and mentally couldn't take it. I think like it was like really hard for me to balance everything. And yeah, I really couldn't do it. So I realized like I had to like just kind of choose between a couple of things, and like I had more passion for this, and I felt like I'm a big advocate for like not only fashion but also like trying to make a difference when it comes to how we see beauty within like our community and mental health. And I think with RKJ I can do that and give opportunities to like a lot of other individuals when it comes to building an agency for other women. Like one of the projects we're working on, we're actually doing a boot camp for other South Asian women who don't have opportunities for modeling. So getting gigs for new models and pairing them up for like people maybe who have disabilities, who have skin conditions, who don't have that opportunity to get modeling gigs, like our society is so stigmatized when it comes to that idea of beauty that people don't have that opportunity to get into those gigs, for those opportunities. So I really want to make that difference. So I just didn't have time to do it. So I just was like, okay, I'm going to quit my job and kind of take that risk too. Cause I think when you're in school, I think we have a little bit that flexibility to take that risk. And if I ever want to go into the corporate world, I think I can. And I felt like it was a time. I just felt like it.
Do you find yourself like, I feel like a lot of people when they start their own business, like I'm thinking about like artists, right, that you see on like Instagram or like with Etsy stores and stuff. They start out as an artist, but like once you start the business, you also become like a marketer and a distributor and all these different things. So like what portion of your time is still designing versus like doing the rest that just comes with owning a business?
Oh my God, that's such a good question. I think that in the beginning, it was so much of the designing stuff. And then I think after like South Asian New York Fashion Week, I felt like I was like, designing what? Like, I'm like, I feel like I haven't even I have to force myself. Like, I think I tried to like every day before bed, like before bed, like I have my iPad, like I'll sketch two pieces like every day before bed. That way, like whenever I launch a collection, like I'll have like a portfolio to choose from, because before it used to be like more of an enjoyment for me to like sketch, like, I don't know if I can say this, but like maybe if I got high or something, like I'll like doodle a little bit, but like now it's like, I'll have to force myself a little bit, so, it's like now that I'm maybe unemployed, like now I'm trying to make sure I cater some time during my day to maybe like not structure so much time and force myself to like design, but maybe try to find some time to go back and enjoy it. So I think hopefully like I can go back to that more enjoyment process. But yeah, I feel like I do more of that business side of the things where I want to go back and do that more creative side. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like it's tough striking that balance, like just generally. I feel like there's just so much to do. And also like the fact, like being unemployed, like I think it's good because it lights a fire under your ass, but it's also kind of scary, right? That you're like, okay, wait, this is like real now, Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. It's like you gotta make some money, So it's like, it's like, I wish I just could be the creative side all the time, but it's like, I would also want like to live, Yeah.
Some people do, some people don't,
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm doing it for my dog at least. So.
So since you started this back in August, is there somebody that you met throughout this whole process that like kind of stood out to you? Like I'm sure you meet so many people from various different backgrounds.
Harsha.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And why the Harsha?
The bully.
Harsha the bully.
Yeah, Harsha was the first person to just not give a shit about my business.
Didn't ask any questions.
And that's why he stood out.
Okay.
You don't have to say anybody. You don't have to say anybody if everyone was not great.
If everyone sucked. Okay, yeah. No, I'm trying to think. I think like, can it be a couple of people?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think throughout this brand, I realized honestly how amazing my friends are. Like, I think, I don't know if you guys ever, I always think about it because I think, you know, obviously when you're in a really hard time, your friends are always there. But I think you can really tell true friends when like a really good moment happens to you. Like when you're in a really like time of success, I feel like true friends come out because you don't really feel like, you don't feel like you have to suppress like happiness in front of them. You know, you don't feel like they're like trying to take that happiness away from you. They're not feeling like you have to hold it back. But when I like was walking down like the New York Fashion Week line, like I saw my friends like wiping down tears like on their face and like I just like I felt like they were feeling that same happiness, you know, for me. And like I feel like I truly felt like, you know, throughout the weekend, even before like the whole time, like they were running around and helping me, like texting me what to do, like how they could help. And just those small things, I think, I don't know, like I feel like without that support system, I think none of that could happen or none of this would happen for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like even if I'm only this much success in this whole thing, I think I wouldn't have been able to do it by myself. I think it's all because of my support system. And I think like, even if I met like Virgil Abloh, like I think my dream designer, even though he passed, but I still think that like, my friends are the reason why, like the best thing that happened to me, like who I met, like that side of them is like the best thing I met this past experience.
That's so nice of you, Harsha, to be such a great support system.
No, Harsha was such an amazing support system for sure.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent her. I was like, "Oh, good luck," and she was like, "Bro, it was yesterday."
He did. But that's what mattered. That the fact that he remembered, at least it was that weekend.
Yeah.
We take
Renee wasn't in Chicago. She was in New York.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Good looks. No, but good looks.
So you mentioned like New York Fashion Week this past February. Like, how was the rest of that experience?
Yeah, it was phenomenal but I think it was also like rewarding too. Like I kid you not, it was literally a room full of like literally white, like Eurocentric everything. And then it was just like us, like brown, like short, tall, like we were like everything, you know, we had like brown people, black people, white people, we had like everything. So it's cool to bring like representation, like all the designers, all the models, everyone was beautiful, you know, everyone who came was amazing, but it was cool to like be able to bring something different and like, bring like I remember one of the flying solo like event managers said like this was one of the first times like a South Asian designer came to their show, and like I think that kind of hit me, struck to me, and it was kind of cool to hear that, you know. So I feel like I don't know if I'm talking too much about the South Asian part, but that was like, so it was cool to hear about that. Yeah.
So with New York Fashion Week, like there's obviously a bunch of different shows going on, right? Like do you just get invited, or like how does that even work? Like how do you get in there?
Yeah, you get, so sometimes like you'll get a call, like actually like a week ago I got a call for the one in September. So you'll get a call from maybe like event. Like, so basically it's a week long, and then different PR agencies or different event managers will be hosting different shows within the week. And then they'll call like the brand, or they'll email the brand and say, hey, we saw your designs on your page, or brands can apply to it. But sometimes it costs a little bit more and stuff. But normally they'll call you up and say, hey, we saw you on this or that, and we would love to invite you to kind of showcase your designs on the runway.
That's cool. I mean, that's
this is also foreign. This is also foreign to me. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking so many questions. I'm just like,
I know, yeah. But one thing that's kind of cool is we're going to Paris actually to showcase our designs in end of September. So that's something that I think will be super cool to take RKJ international and kind of bring Indo-Western to the Paris side of things and kind of fuse like Parisian looks with some Indo-Western kind of vibe. So I think that would be one of like my most challenging kind of design like challenges. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to mix Parisian whatever. Like, I don't know
you got time.
Yeah, I got time. Maybe I'll do like a croissant. Croissant dress. Croissant samosa dress or something.
Yeah.
I like that. Is it ever daunting just being like so young and being like a leader of a brand or a company? Like, does it ever just like hit you sometimes and you're like, holy shit, like I'm doing this?
Yeah, I think so. And then also I think maybe feeling like maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe I'm hurting somebody, or maybe I'm being too naive or not too naive, or judging. Like, I always feel like I'm, you know what I mean? I wonder if like, maybe sometimes I'm like, maybe if I wasn't like, if I was like meaner, or maybe if I wasn't so mean, I would be doing something different, or I'd be doing something right. So I always am like questioning myself, you know, am I not smart enough for this, or am I, I don't know, you know? So yeah, I definitely think that. And then Harsha over here.
Wait, what? What about
No. Yeah. In accounting, like Harsha is like the first person to, like, this is the hardest accounting final in the world. And everyone is like sweating, and the Harsha leaves in the first 15 minutes. And everyone is just like shaking their head and like.
Just classic Harsha.
He makes us, yeah.
You used to do that in our math. He did that in our math class all the time, bro. It pissed me off. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone bullied. Everyone just like was shitting on him after. Like, it was horrible. But he makes and it just makes you feel like shit, because I'm just like out here like struggling. I'm on like question 5, and he just hands it in and leaves. You know.
Dude, this happened all throughout college. You know that scene in 3 Idiots, like, you know, where like what's it, Raju and the other guy, like they get the worst grades, and then the other guy, like Amir Khan, doesn't study and he gets the top grade. That's literally how I felt all throughout college, man. This dude, I mean, obviously he studies, he just doesn't seem like he's so fucking efficient.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know what the worst part is? Like, in accounting, like, it's like him, me, and this other guy named Ricardo, and like we'll have to do our own questions. Like, the teacher will give us time to do it on our own. And to be nice, he'll be like, "Oh, Renee, what did you get?" But he really will be like asking Ricardo, you know, because he knows like I won't know it. It's the worst. They're the worst.
You're gonna defend yourself, Harsha?
No, he knows it's true.
Because like for those exercises, if you finish first, you get candy.
Yeah, he literally does it. He makes me feel like shit. Like, he makes me feel so stupid just so he can get a Starburst.
To be fair, though, like, even though Harsha shat on me with his grades, he also put me through our computer science minor.
He didn't put me through accounting.
I mean, hey, you win some, you lose some.
Wait, what do you mean?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, no, her.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Oh, he knows he carried your ass, bro. Don't worry.
But even that, our computer science minor was the hardest shit. Me and Tara didn't know what was going on. So.
That's okay.
Yeah. But I would get candy that's like shareable, like M&Ms and stuff, so that we could share.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can get back to the poor.
Yeah. He's like Robin Hood. Yeah, no, that was really nice.
Classic.
So how did you two meet at Booth? Like, what was the first encounter, if you guys remember? Like, what was first impressions too, I guess, that go along with that?
Harsha, you talk now.
Oh, I go first? So we met at orientation when I went in December. And so our orientation is actually a 2-day event. And Renee showed up for only one of the days. So I was like, who's this person that wasn't there yesterday? I felt like I met everybody. But turns out she actually started school before I did. But she was still there, which led me to more questions. I think she was talking to like our other friends. Like, she mentioned Ricardo. Like, I think they met at some sort of like new students thing. So then I was talking to her, and then she was like, "Oh, you want to sit with me over there?" And I was like, "Oh, this person's really nice." So then I did, and then we talked, and that's how we met.
Nice.
Oh, so your first impression was that I was nice?
That was my first impression. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of impression. I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm joking. I met Harsha, and then he just was just like this guy that was just standing there, and
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
yeah, he just sat there.
Harsha loves to just exist sometimes.
He is an exister.
I was like talking to Ricardo and this other guy named Suraj, and then he was just standing there. And I was like, oh, like, hey, do you want to come stand here too? Yeah, and then I was like, do you want to get a granola bar with me? Because like I think there was like some snacks or something, and then he talked about football and stuff, and then I was like, oh, he's one of those guys.
Those guys, yeah.
He's like, oh, I watch football on my phone. I watch football here. Whenever I go, I watch football on my phone. Have you heard about Cleveland? I love Cleveland. Here's my Cleveland water bottle. You want to see my hat collection? I love football. And then so we talked about that. And
Wait, please tell me you retired that water bottle, right, Harsha? Or you haven't?
Which one? The Browns one?
Yeah, the Browns one.
I retired it for the season.
Oh my god, dude, that shit! Get a new one, bro. It's literally the stuff is coming off it, right?
Wait, I taped it.
It looks like you got hit by like
you taped
a
the
fucking
paint
18-wheeler, bro.
No, it's just like a wrapper thing. I taped it.
Yeah, he has it.
Okay.
Oh, he has
Sorry,
it. Yeah.
continue. Yeah.
No. I'm glad we talked about that because it's good that he knows that. And then, and then I was like, come sit by me because he just seemed so intriguing. And then, I was like,
He's very intriguing when you don't know who he is. This guy just chilling.
Yeah.
I remember the first party I ever went to with Harsha. He was fucking leaned up against the corner, just like with a drink in his hand. Yeah, this guy.
Cool guy.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy, and and then he was like really. I feel like I was like asking all the questions. I feel like I was kind of scaring him. You know, like I was like, I feel like I was he was on my podcast. I was like, what's your name? Where are you from? Like, and then he was like, I'm from Nova, like, Nova. And so whatever. He's like a big Nova guy.
Yeah.
And then we had this like game where we had to like figure out who was like the leader and like the what was it? Like,
it was like one of them was like challenger. You just like challenge people's ideas in a group. One of them's initiator. One of them's those are the two main ones. There's two more, but something like that.
Yeah, and then what were you, like the challenger?
Not the challenger. I was definitely not the challenger. Yeah.
You were like
the dude said I was just good at like solving conflict.
Yeah, you were
basically
that
like we were
very
like
true.
Because everyone else was picking like two things, and then like, we were running out of time. Like they're debating between two things. I didn't really care. I was just like, literally all I said was, I said, should we take a vote? And then we did. And then
wow, insane conflict resolution.
The guy was like, the guy who's like a mentor was like watching. He's like, wow, I really like that you said that.
Yeah, and the girl next to him, like in our class too, she got so mad that she got picked. Like she had the same one as Harsha.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But anyways, and then I texted Harsha like the next week. I was like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And he was like, "No."
Well, I was here.
Yeah, you were here. Yeah,
I was like, when I move.
Yeah. But then after that, we hung out. Like I think I saw him like every week.
Yeah. She put her name in my phone, and I'm just reading it now. It says if she put her name, and then in like the smaller thing, she put Booth, football hater, and pineapple on pizza hater. Those are her like.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
So no pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, she doesn't like it.
Yeah. Wait, you guys do?
Honestly, I wasn't about it, and then I think Turin and Harsha are big fans. So like we used to get it a lot when we were in college, and then they convinced me, and it's not like my go-to option, but I actually kind of like it now.
I'm actually surprised you try it, bro. You're so averse to trying new things.
What?
That's pretty fair, man. Come on.
What?
Wait, Christian, do you like pineapple on pizza?
I mean, I want to say yes because it'll make you mad, but it's also true. So
make you mad.
What? Wait. I don't, Christian. I thought we were going somewhere. I thought this bond was going somewhere.
Hey man, the contract ain't written yet, so like it is what it is. The game's the game.
The game's the game.
Wait, do you like pineapple itself though, or is it just pineapple pizza you don't like?
No, yeah, I don't mind pineapple on its own. It's just like there's so
Textures.
much freaking flavors in there, you know?
What you mean?
Yeah, but
Cheese
think
and
about it.
cheese sauce and pineapple.
No, there's like tomato, cheese, pineapple, oregano. Like, if you're adding meat on there too, there's like, you know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the pizza construction. Yes.
Wait, so what's your go-to pizza toppings?
Yeah, we could shit on that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Christian, okay.
Yeah, I'm locked in now. You came for pineapple, bro. This is go time.
I'm gonna say my go-to is like it'll be like a chicken and who said that?
I'm sorry, I hate chicken on pizza.
I don't know,
bro.
it's
Something
like
about the
chicken
chicken they put on pizza
Yeah.
is just
So dry.
It's dry.
It's like
Fake.
boiled. It's like boiled and then leave it out for a while and then
Wait, so do you clap when you want to take something out from the
No.
the
no,
podcast?
I'll just say
No, continue.
I'm joking. Okay, chicken bake. I would say chicken ranch something.
ranch.
Ranch.
Ranch is good.
Ranch
to
with
dip in, but you
pizza
don't like-
underrated. Ranch with pizza underrated.
Yeah, thank you.
I agree
ranch.
with. I can agree with ranch, but like ranch,
No,
you're
no,
saying ranch on the side, right? Like not like a sauce.
I know. I would be down like a ranch drizzle or like honey, hot like spicy honey on a pizza.
Okay.
Christian likes
Okay.
hot honey.
You kind of salvaged it.
I don't know, dog. It's kind of abstract, man.
I really like Detroit style pizza though.
Fucking Little Caesars.
No. Wait, is Little Caesars Detroit?
Yeah.
No, it's like Rocky Rococo.
What the fuck did you just call me?
What?
You guys have never seen You guys have never heard of Rocky Rococo?
No.
What is that?
No, is that a Wisconsin thing?
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
How's
You
the
guys should
cheese
go.
out
Wisconsin's
there?
not that far.
Yeah.
Or should go next time.
Yeah, Harsha will go.
To Madison?
Yeah, to Madison.
How far is it from Chicago?
It's like 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Thurn, do you like chocolate milk?
How do you know
Does
about
he
this? Yes.
Yeah.
But
What about it?
don't say you like it. You fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
you-
I mean,
like is like
inject
an
it.
underselling.
I
Yeah.
would show you, but I can't move my laptop right now. But there's a case of chocolate milk underneath my bed right now. One day,
Like,
I do.
does brand matter?
Brand is a huge thing because there's many chocolate milks. You know, I mean, like Horizon is definitely the best. I would say Nesquik comes close, but it's not as good. Something about Nesquik is a little bit more salty to me. Maybe that's probably because it's a little bit more real. Maybe I don't know, but Horizon is better.
Yeah.
And then like other brand, like any other brand, is just like it's whatever. Like it's all
Yeah.
kind of equivalently bad. Yeah.
Where would you put Fairlife? Or would you not consider that chocolate milk?
Oh, Fairlife. You know, I haven't had Fairlife in a while, but I definitely still don't think it's close to Horizon and Nesquik.
You're making me crave Horizon chocolate milk.
Get some, man. They have it at like
gonna-
every Starbucks. Just don't pay for it there. Like if you go to Target, it's cheaper. At Starbucks, it's like
Okay.
$3. Whereas
Can you just bring
Yeah.
some when you go to the
Costco,
photo?
huh?
Can you bring when you go to the photo shoot on Saturday?
Yeah.
Or this
Yeah,
weekend,
I can bring you one.
Okay, thank you. I'll bring you a Fairlife.
Oh, thank you. Okay. We'll do
I
taste
love
test.
that.
He heats that with the Milano cookie.
Oh my god.
He eats the
Milano
rice and
cookies
chocolate
are-
milk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you-
Not together always. Because actually, the Milano cookie,
Oh.
like if I chase the Milano with chocolate milk, the
Jeez,
chocolate milk
that's like crazy.
You know, you can just drink something and not have it be.
I mean, like drink the chocolate milk after. The taste
Yeah.
changes. The taste changes.
Yeah.
So I generally give it a break.
If you guys had to describe Harsha like as like a meal, like what would it be?
Chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, kids that are like picky eaters and they get chicken tenders at every restaurant? I feel like Harsha's
Yeah.
got that consistency, you know?
I can see that. 100%. So you think he's consistent? That's why he's chicken tenders?
Yeah,
He
man,
is
it's a
consistent,
go-to.
but-
It's
Yeah.
all reliable, you know? You know what
Yeah,
you're
that's
going
a
to
good
get.
one. That's true. I like that answer.
And a little childish, but, we don't really look at that part of it.
I like that. Would you guys all agree?
I don't know.
It's a tough question.
What does LeBron eat? Does LeBron have food like Promise chips or something?
Does he have
chips? No, he has those Ruffles, but they're not good.
Oh, can I say Lobos?
Yeah.
Lobos. That's not a meal, but that's fine.
Yeah. I would say Lobos for you.
Haran?
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't have an answer, man.
Chicken tenders and tequila. Sounds good.
Chicken tequila. Healthy meal.
Come on, man.
Haran, you went to Stanford. How did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I did my master's at Stanford. It was good. It was really challenging. It was a lot harder than my undergrad experience at Virginia Tech. But in a good way, I think. I enjoyed it. I think the only thing I wish I made more friends when I was there. But in general, pretty good experience. Yeah.
Did you explore like Palo Alto? Have you been to Itan?
No. What is that?
It's like, I think it's like the best Indian food I've ever had in my life.
Okay, I went to like 3 Indian places in Palo Alto, but none of them were that.
Did you go to Zareen's?
Yes.
Zareen's is pretty good, but it's like Pakistan.
Yeah, and I went to, I think Rasa, it's like a relatively expensive Indian place there. It was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I forgot the last one I went to, but I didn't go to that one that you said. But yeah, I explored a little bit. I was more cautious to eat out just because it's pretty expensive there.
Yeah.
So, and most of the time, if I were to eat out, I just went to SF, and then I met with some friends and got food there. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, I miss the weather a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think that's a major selling point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only got 1 year there because my first year was unfortunately during the still pandemic time, so I had to do it online from home.
Yeah, but it's awesome that you got to get the West Coast experience. And Stanford is like an amazing school and beautiful campus.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was a lot different from my lifestyle at Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
Renee loves San Francisco.
Yeah, I love San Francisco. Harsha hates it.
It's a good city. Harsha hates it a lot.
That's all he talks about. That's all he talks about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loving Ohio, hating San Francisco is just...
That's actually a crazy take.
He doesn't like shit on the floor, which is fair.
Yeah.
That's not everywhere, man.
Yeah, I think
it's not crazy.
Yeah, he just went to the wrong parts, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's going to blame it on Ankit, and then we're going to go in a circle. And then, But you love California so much, you're moving back, Haran.
Yeah, I am. I'm moving to Irvine.
Oh, nice.
In 2 weeks from now, so yeah.
Oh, for work?
For work, yes. Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
So I'll see.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll see what Southern California has to offer.
I think SoCal is so beautiful. You're going to love it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Christian, what do you do for work?
Oh, great. I don't have everything pre-prepared. I work at, I don't even know how much I can talk about, especially like right now, because, climate of everything. But I work at a private finance institution. I do multimedia there. So we're being pretty quiet in these troubling times.
Gotcha. Okay, that's super cool though. So you're going to do some creative stuff too?
Yeah, I mean, I do podcasting there. I mean, I don't talk, but I do production and graphic design, media management, all sorts of fun stuff.
Nothing. That's super cool.
You should ask them to be on the podcast once.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, we would learn so much, man.
It'd be a crossover episode.
Yeah.
No.
Crossover episode.
Dude,
what the hell are we going to talk about in the finance podcast, bro?
Was the Waverly Place on deck or something?
Yeah.
The sweet, Waverly Place on deck.
There's not a lot of guarantees in life, but I can guarantee that will never fucking happen. Because
the actual was like That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana, right?
Yeah. That was the OG one. Yeah.
That's the best one. And then Thurn, what are you doing? Did you just move to New York?
Yeah, I just moved to New York, not for work, just for fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
Where'd you? Which neighborhood?
I live in Hell's Kitchen.
I'm literally there right now. I'm in Hell's Kitchen.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Hey, we'll hang out.
No.
He's like, I don't want to hang out.
So Renee, you mentioned the story that I shared on the podcast from Chicago. I was wondering if you wanted to share your side of it.
Oh my God! I want to. Yeah. No.
Can Harsha do like a quick recap of the story so that?
Yes, of course.
I've heard so many crazy stories, man.
Wait, she can do the recap.
Actually. No, Harsha, can you do it? No, Harsha, you're better. Can you tell
it? Okay. We were at Renee's friend's birthday. We pregame and went out, and it's my first time going out in Chicago, and I blacked out for some of it. On the way home, I went back to Renee's to get my stuff, and I called an Uber, but I ended up walking some parts of it home. I eventually made it, but that's the recap.
And the walk was like 30, 40 minutes or something, right? Something crazy?
Yeah. So I think I got in an Uber, maybe I got kicked out and then walked home. I don't even know what happened. But Renee's roommate, Swati, helped me a lot. Swati's also my friend too, but I met her through Renee.
Yeah, why you disconsider about like Renee's friend?
I'm going to tell her you said that. I'm going to tell her. Yeah.
We'll just link her to the podcast.
Yeah, she would love that. Okay, so this is like week 2 of meeting, like hanging out with Harsha. Like this is after like my roommate Swati, also Harsha's friend, gave her a bag of her wisdom teeth. So this is like we like are like getting to know Harsha and like kind of like really immersing him into like our weirdness. So it's my friend's birthday and like he's coming from class and I think you sent me a picture of you like drinking after class. And so you already had drank. You come to the pregame with Suraj.
And I haven't eaten anything.
Yeah, you haven't ate anything. And we're like, okay, it's their first time going out. Let's like go hard. And we're like kind of like I think we're kind of mixing drinks because it was like really dark in my apartment. So we're like kind of drinking tequila and vodka. And every time people came in, we were taking shots with them. So I think we at least had like 3 or 4 or 5 shots. And this is like not good, of different alcohol. And then we were like waiting for more people to come. So we were like delaying the pregame. And so I think we were just taking more shots. And then we went to the bar, and then Harsha and I were in the back. And in the back, I swear, when you're just in the back, and I feel like you're more bumpy in the Uber. So I feel like Harsha and I like just got more drunk like in the back, and we were like just like bumping in the Uber. And then we go out and we go into Hubbard, and then he has to go in the bathroom, and so I'm like, okay. And then I like go and check on him because like it's been like 10 minutes, I think. And I'm like, Harsha, are you okay? And I just see like, I'm like waiting outside and I just see him like talking to some guy in the bathroom. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? And then he's like, sorry. And then he comes out and I'm like, okay, let's go this way. And he's like, no, it's this way. And then we go up the stairs and it's like to like the kitchen. And I'm like, bruh. And do you remember that?
No, I actually.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like taking me up to the kitchen. I'm like, Harsha, it's that way. And he's like, sorry. And then we go to the main room, and then we go to the first floor, and this is where I think I lost my wallet. And we took another shot. This is where we shouldn't have taken another shot. We took another shot. I lost my wallet here. We go upstairs, and I think this is where Harsha starts getting in trouble with the other people in the bar. And then we start dancing. Yeah, and then Harsha, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you know, but Harsha has some dance moves. Like,
yes, sir. When Harsha gets drunk, he dances.
He's got one crazy really prominent dance.
He looks like the car, like
the inflatables outside of gas stations. Yeah.
That's what he looks like. And that night too, he was in charge of like we were like, okay, no pictures like on our phones. We'll take disposables. We should not have let Harsha be in charge of those.
I'm surprised he even did them, because usually he like passes it off to somebody else.
No, he took them for us, but we got them back and they were all like black. But on hindsight,
I don't even remember having that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't even know if I explained, like, we explained it. It's my fault. Like, I'm just messing with you. But, I remember him taking pictures of, like, everything, and he was having a really good time.
Oh.
And then, he'd just be like, I thought it was the bathroom. So he'd be just, like, running around. And I'm like, this is, like, I felt like, I was like, okay, I gotta, like, make sure, like, he's okay, So I'm, like, chasing him in the bathroom and, like, and like he just like, and then he goes to the bar, and then some girls like yelling at him, like saying like he's budging or something, and I was like. And then he was he wasn't even saying anything, but she was like getting really mad at him.
Yeah.
And he was just
just existing.
Yeah,
it caused people problems.
Yeah. And I remember, I was literally just standing there, and he was like, she was like just yelling at him, and he was just like, and then she was just like, he was like, and then she was like, what? And then I was like, Harsha, it's okay, like, it's okay, whatever. And then he somehow gets a drink still, and then we were both drinking. And then we danced for a bit, and then all of a sudden, we're fine. And then he gets another drink, and the same thing happens. And then the bouncer comes, and we're like all like dragged out, or like he gets dragged out. Like people are like holding him and like just like take him outside, and we're like, what just happened? We're like, what just happened? And then we go home, and and then I just remember like vomiting everywhere and.
Wait, on the walls.
Yeah, on the walls. And I remember telling Swati, like, can we, like, my bathroom is in my room, and her bathroom is, like, right before my room. And I was like, can I just go in your room? Like, she's like, no, let's go to your room. But I tell her, like, that's karma, because if I just got into your bathroom, I would have not got all over the room. And then I remember Harsha was there, and he was like, should I help? Can I help in any way? And Swati's like, bruh. Like,
he pulled out the photo camera and started taking photos.
He's like, this is a crime scene.
This is a crime scene.
Yeah, and then I remember like I was throwing up, and everyone was like, the two girls behind me, they were like, let's call an ambulance. Let's call 911. I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, I don't need to call an ambulance right now, you know? And they're like, someone call 911 right now. And I was like, no, I don't need to call an ambulance. And then also, like, at the same time, Swati's like, Harsha didn't call an Uber. He's running. And I was like...
He's running the crime scene.
And at this time, someone's like, my friend Jojo's hand is in my mouth. And I just hear Swati like... He's running. And I was like, what do I do right now? Like, they're either going to call an ambulance, Harsha's running. And I'm like, I was just like, this is crazy. And then the next morning, like, I just remember waking up with like no pants on and so confused. Like, I remember like my phone was like on like in like the bathroom and my pants were off. And like, I remember telling Harsha the next day, like, Harsha, like my pants were off. Like I had no pants on. I was like naked sleeping, and my phone was in the bathroom. And then I remember him telling me to like that same thing happened to him, which was like so funny. So
crazy.
Something was in those drinks. So
I'm crazy. I'm surprised that you remember so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, given how much.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened. Yeah. I wish you guys were there. I felt like I could have been fun with you guys.
Yeah, that would have been so fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like we're putting together a really bad picture of Harsha in 2023, bro.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the first month he was in Chicago, we were like, yo, who is this guy? He's doing shit he's never done before.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, and then like the 2 weeks after we do a road trip to UIUC, and we go to this like collegiate like dance comp, and we all four, like Swati, Harsha, our friend Nitin, and I, we get like fucked, or like we get so drunk at this collegiate bunker comp, and the same thing kind of basically happens, but we don't not like at this level where we're like, but we just get so drunk where we're just like, we're like having a good time at this bunker comp. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are we having a good time at this random ass comp at UIUC, you know?
Crazy.
Yeah, we had Four Locos that.
The craziest thing is before that weekend, Harsha told us, I don't know if it was on the podcast or just on a call. He was like, he had just gone to Miami, I think, or he was just like, I'm gonna take a break from drinking. Like, the last 2 weekends have been kind of crazy, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then he sent the picture of like Four Locos like that weekend. I was like, oh my god, here we go.
I feel like business school. I don't know what it is. Like even in Chicago, like I was never like, I feel like I drank, but not this much. I feel like in Chicago, like I drink so much. I think it's just what you do here in the cold. I feel like there's nothing to do.
Yeah, I think it might just be city life, because I've been noticing. Well, I mean, I guess there's just more to do here than there was in Nova, but it just goes and goes and goes and goes. There's like so much alcohol everywhere. I'm like, this is too dangerous.
Maybe it's a city thing, because maybe in New York too. I feel like in the summer maybe too. I felt like it's all you can really do.
Yeah. But yeah, if we were there with you guys that night, I would have been dead. I literally would have died.
Yeah, no, it'd be fun.
If Harsha was throwing up, I would have been like, I would have not been here.
when you guys come in the summer, we'll have so much fun.
Sounds good.
But you'll be in Paris.
Yeah, I know.
So much fun.
We're going to Paris.
Yeah, you guys on the way to Chicago, you guys can do a layover in Paris.
Yeah, we'll just fly the other way. We'll fly the other way. Actually, it's pretty smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's in Paris though?
Whoa.
How about Christian and I can go to Paris together. We can do a bestie hangout.
Hey, we should be traveling this summer. I mean, this is the rest of the year. So
I mean, that's in like winter.
Yeah, add Paris to the list, bro.
Yeah, it's on the way.
Christian, what's your hoodie say?
Oh, it says it's Culture from the Migos album, Culture 2.
Oh, do you like Bad Bunny?
That's a completely. I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, yes,
sorry,
but like
They did
Sorry, I
Bad
don't know
Bunny
why.
to Migos.
Sorry, I don't know. Sorry. I'm being that was really random.
yes,
So
and
I
yes.
told you he likes Bad Bunny.
I know. Harsha told me you like Bad Bunny, and I was trying to
That's
be
all right.
nice. I'm seeing Bad Bunny at Coachella.
Oh,
They're going to Coachella too.
yeah, man. You and
Yeah.
Turu just gonna be at all the same places at the same time. No problem.
Which
Crazy.
weekend you go to Coachella?
Yeah, which weekend?
Yeah,
Weekend
which
one or
weekend?
two?
Harsha, why don't you tell me any of these things? Do you just not want me and Tarun to be friends?
I told you that they're going the second weekend.
Oh, I'm going the first weekend. Yeah.
Wait, I mean, Haran
That's
will
okay.
also be there.
Yeah, he'll
Oh,
be at
yeah.
LA.
I mean, I'll
Are
be
you
there,
gonna-
but I won't be in the area. I won't be there. Like, I won't be
Yeah, it's
there
like
on
2
weekend one.
hours.
Oh yeah, he won't.
That's
be,
true. Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah.
I'll drive you guys. Yeah, no problem.
Aw. Will you hang out with us?
No, strictly just professional.
Business only.
Just for podcast vibes only.
Yeah. How big of a squad are you going with?
Some of my friends from SF, we're gonna go with them.
Okay,
But
nice.
if you want to come hang out, you should definitely come
Okay.
if you're free.
We'll see. Wait, is weekend one April?
It's like
13?
13, 14.
Okay, that's,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
that's like
the
the
day you
weekend
move?
I'm moving in.
Oh yeah.
I'm moving on. I'm flying on next Wednesday, so I'll be there for
Oh
a
my
couple of
God.
days. But
Okay,
if I am
great.
free,
Okay.
let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. That'd be so fun.
yeah.
I'm curious about Christian's opinion of Bad Bunny.
I mean, like Bad Bunny. I'm a good, Bad Bunny, good man. But like, our friend
Bad Bunny
Jackie,
not bad.
Yeah, our friend Jackie been going off on Bad Bunny recently because he started dating Kylie. So
Oh yeah.
she's saying he's a culture vulture
Kendall,
now.
Kendall.
So
That's hella weird, bro.
So
I actually had no
Yeah.
idea.
Has your
We know.
opinion on Bad Baby changed though?
Bad baby. Isn't it like Babby? No, it's not even baby.
Bad,
It's like
bad,
bad-
bad.
Bad Babby.
Bad.
that's a throwback right there. But
Yeah, Christian
No?
was infatuated with her. back in the day.
whoa, that's a case right there, bro. We're not touching that shit.
Hey man,
Relax.
Darren, who are you excited to see at Coachella?
Dude, I'm not even that big of a music head. I'm just excited to go. Yeah.
Me too.
It could be
Literally
fucking
me.
anybody. I'm excited for Frank. I mean, obviously, like
Yeah.
knock on wood, but that'll be crazy. It'll just be crazy to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me too. I feel like I don't really care who's there. I just feel like I wouldn't. I don't think I'm not a big music festival person,
Yeah.
but I only would go because like they're going,
Right.
Like,
Yeah. That's the same thing
people
for
are
me.
going. Yeah.
Like I'm never like I don't think like this big of our squad is gonna go again. So I was like, I'm just gonna go,
Exactly. Yeah.
The more I looked at the set list, I was like not disappointed, but I like when I think of like concerts, I want to see like bands perform more, and not many bands
Yeah.
go to Coachella. It's a lot more just like R&B and
Yeah.
like I guess like EDM to a certain degree. So then I realized like I probably should have gone to Lollapalooza instead in Chicago. So maybe I'll
Yeah.
do
Come
that.
to Lala. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Wait,
do
when is
that.
Lala?
Maybe if not this
August.
I can't go this summer, but maybe next summer I'll pull through or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm so excited. I'm excited to see Calvin Harris. If he hasn't actually said what day he's going. He just said returning to the desert, which is hella ominous.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking perform at like 6 a.m. or something. I don't know.
Wait, Karan, you're gonna be there for the second weekend, or are you just moving to LA the second?
I'm going to
weekend?
second weekend with True
Oh,
and
you
a bunch
are?
of other people.
Oh my
Yes,
god!
yes.
Oh, okay. So you're excited. You're excited to see Calvin. Harris?
Yeah, Calvin Harris.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And Bad Bunny should be good too, I think.
Yeah.
Or I guess. Just music-wise. I don't know about his personal lifestyle. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna comment on that. But
Yeah. I think, I'm excited. I think it's nice though, because it's not going to be like too many overwhelming good ones where it's like, who do you go see? But there's like some that are like, you know what I mean? So it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, one thing that Renee does when she goes back home pretty often. She goes back and drops her dog.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about your dog?
Oh yeah. The one that you babysit sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog Molu, she loves Harsha. Like they'll stare at each other in their eyes sometimes.
Wow.
They have, like,
I
a deep
thought Harsha was like a
connection.
real pet person, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Yeah. I like Molo a lot because she's pretty, like, quiet. She doesn't really bark that much, and she just chill. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I like.
those two they like he like pet her like this.
I don't know how to describe that to people that listen to it.
It's kind of like a slapping motion, but like curved. I don't know.
Like a very rigid, really rigid
very
motion
rigid,
on the head,
non-loving
maybe.
sort of.
Not
Yeah.
very systematic process.
Systematic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it's really cute though. It's really sweet for a Harsha pet. But no, they have. I think they formed a very cute bond. But I got a pandemic puppy. Her name is Molu, but I originally was gonna name her Boba because I love boba, like the drink. But in Bengali, so I'm half Bengali, half Malu. So my dad's from Kerala, my mom's from Calcutta, and in Bengali, boba can also like a slang is like stupid, and so. My mom was like, "Don't name her Boba because like
Don't name her stupid."
You know." Yeah, but I was like, "Mom, like you told me a day before. Like I ordered her collar and her water bottle and everything Boba. Like everything was Boba."
Oh no!
And so I was like, "Why did you tell me like now?" Yeah. So my nickname growing up was Molu. Like my dad called me Molu, and so then my mom was like, "Why don't you name her Molu?" So that's when we named her Molu because it means like sweet girl. And now my parents call me like Renee or like Mole, like some random ass names that they call me now. So
why don't they call you Boba?
That's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, I should tell them that. They will. My mom calls me like donkey and stuff in Bengali. So it's like yeah. So I'm sure Boba would be better. But Molu's the cutest. Every 2 weeks, my parents make me drop her off. So, like, I'll go sometime in the weekday, during the weekday, I'll, like, drop her off, and then I'll pick her up every 2 weeks.
Nice. Wait, how far is it? Did you say it's 2.5 hour drive?
Yeah, and I'm half asleep all the time. Like,
That's not
because I'll go after class, too. Because I always, I'd rather go on the weekday than, like, a weekend, because, like, you know,
keep the weekends open.
They keep the weekends open.
So you and Harsha get trashed,
Yeah. Spend more time with Harsha. But every time I text Harsha to do something, he'll be like, "I'm busy," or like, "I don't want to hang out with you."
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
This dude came home like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't seen him face to face yet. So.
Yeah, he always has some excuse.
I don't know what he does though. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does.
Not as much as Renee.
No, but I still make time for you. I always I always want to hang out with Harsha, but he never wanted to hang out with me.
Same
if
situation.
If I say no to Renee or like, oh, it's too late, she sends me the grandpa emoji.
Yeah, like one time at 9, I was like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And he was like, "I'm tired." I was like, "What?"
9.
It was like Friday night. It was like Friday night. I was like, "What?"
No way.
What were you doing?
Yeah.
He said, "No way."
No way. I would have said that on Friday.
Yeah. It was like Friday night. Yeah.
You sound so convincing.
Tuesday never past 9.
Yeah.
No, it was like when I think it was when you and when Amrita was here, you guys had gone to a show and I was like, "Come out after," and you were like, "I'm tired." You guys were like, "I'm tired." I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, it was like 12 though.
It was like 10.
The show started.
Yeah, but that was more Amrita than you, Harsha, right? You're a cool guy. You would never pass up on that. Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, I'm joking. Harsha and I hung out like all the time. He's awesome. He's always down. That's what I loved about Harsha. It's like always down. no matter what time.
Wow, you never said that to me. I appreciate it.
Actually, to his credit, even in college, I feel like if we gave him enough advance notice, he was usually always down to do something.
Yeah, you were the one that didn't do shit in college.
I mean, sorry, I was out doing a real major compared to you guys.
That's why shit, bro. You could have worked ahead.
I did work ahead. That was the sad part.
Actually, no, this is bullshit because you didn't have anything to do and you would still not come out. That's why we're pissed.
What?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Nah.
What you mean never cap?
No, when
That's
you
cap, bro. I literally averaged like 3 exams a week, bro. It was so much pain.
Dude, I would come back and you'd be at Tyler's house. Man, I'm not having this conversation with you again. I'm done.
We were doing work. We didn't have fun. We didn't have fun.
I'm over it.
We literally did work the whole day.
Yeah, I was like, I would go to Tyler's house to drink so many beers.
It happened like twice, bro.
It's enough for us to feel sad.
The pain hurts still. It's so sad. Even though I give Harsha so much shit, like I told him like he was probably the best thing that happened to me in Chicago. Like seriously, like he was awesome.
Wow.
That's crazy.
No, he was. Like literally
Thank you.
Yeah.
Stop being so diplomatic, bro.
Yeah, I can tell somebody's trying to get a wedding invite, honestly.
But she has it.
She already has it. He's trying to upgrade the status, status invitation. Yeah.
Priority.
Yeah,
she wants that all access invitation.
I don't know if I've told these guys this, but I've told like Amrita, like I think if I didn't meet Renee, like I think my life in Chicago would probably suck because I'm pretty bad at making friends, and she was very inclusive.
Well, yeah, he told us like the first week, he's like, "Yeah, I made 17 new friends." And we're like,
we're all like, "This fucking guy, man."
I love that. Yeah,
does no wrong.
No. I love Harsha. He's the best. So yeah,
I don't do that far, but.
Yeah, no, he's like, I asked my friends too after they first met him. I always ask my friends when they first meet someone, like, what do you guys think? And they all gave me like a green flag and they were like, yeah, he's definitely a bestie. So I was like, okay, like he's definitely someone that I would like I go out of my way to like, like I definitely wanted to make more of an effort to like be close to him and like he's definitely someone that I would like cherish my.
Oh.
Thanks, Renee.
You can say something nice about her now, too.
I did.
And that's the end of the podcast.
And that's it. That's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
Well, next time I'm back in Chicago, I'll invite you over because I have a couch.
You can watch football.
We can watch football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as in sports and this podcast, the clock has hit all zeros, so we have to end this podcast. We want to thank Renee for coming on. It's been great. I'm so glad that you guys got to meet each other. It's cool for me. And hope you had as much fun as we did. Is there anything you want to plug before we head out?
Like a brand or anything?
Yeah, just a low-key brand, yeah.
Oh my God, no. RKJ Designs.
Sounds good. Check it out on Instagram. We'll put it in our description. And if you like this episode, we have so many more. Actually, 156 more you can find on Spotify, Instagram, and you can find our posts on Instagram at Industry Discussion. You can also check us out on Chase and Discover and Bank of America, SoundCloud.
The fuck? Imagine you pay a $95 Chase fee to get a fucking free subscription to our podcast.
You name it. So
it's like when everyone got the U2 album on their iPhones.
Yeah. So that's it for us. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.